Hello everyone. On this session, I'm going to explain the program number 13 of Microcontroller and Embedded System Laboratory. Code is 18CSL48. Number 13 is with respect to DAC, that is digital to analog converter. We are going to give the digital value and then we are going to convert it to the corresponding analog value. And this output you can see in the form of triangular waveform and square waveform. Okay. This is the LPC 2148 what we have. Okay, and we are going to give the digital value and we are going to see the analog waveform in the CRO monitor. Okay, this CRO monitor we are going to connect to this particular pins. So in order to use the built-in digital to analog converter, we should enable the pin P port 025th pin. Okay, so in order to use this particular pin, we should select it, right? So we can select it by using pin select resistor. As you know, there are three pin select resistors. That pin select 0 will corresponds to the port 0 to the port 0 from 0th pin to 15th pin, and pin select 1 corresponds to port 0 16 pin to 31 pin, and pin select 2 corresponds to pin number 16 port 1 pin number 16 to port 1 pin number 31. But here we are going to use port 025th, so that's why we are using pin select 1 resistor. Okay, and in that we are going to set 00800. You can see in the hex when you can convert this into a binary. Okay, so this is the hex value I'm giving. So it means that, so this is a pin select resistor. So it means that 2 bits in the pin select resistor corresponds to 1 pin of the microcontroller, right? So here we are going to access the pin number 25. So this is the pin number. Okay, so I have clubbed it, so 2 pins. So you can see that, let me phrase it. Yeah, you can see that the 0 and 1 bit corresponds to the 16th pin, 2 and 3 corresponds to the 17th pin, so on. And we have to enable the 25th pin. So the 25th pin is corresponds to 8 and 19. So that's what we are setting as 10, and we have having the value 8000. Okay, so this is what the hex value I have given. So it means that I'm enabling the DAC pin. Okay, I'm selecting the particular pen, and then we are initializing this uh, digital to analog control resistor to 0, so that if any previous data is there, so all the data will be erased and it will be initialized as 0. Okay, so this is about the initialization of pack. And next is, yeah, this is the tag resistor. Okay, we have initialized to 0. So this is what the bit number corresponds. So we are going to pass the digital value into the tag register. So this tag value, or whatever the value that we are passing between the bits 6 to 15. Okay, this is where we are going to specify the 10. Here we are using 10 bits to represent a digital value. So maximum value we can have is 1023 if we start from the 0. Okay, so this is what we are having values. So it is starting from 6th bit to 15th bit. So that's what, whenever we have a DAC value, digital value, so we are pushing it to the sixth bit. Okay, so once we push to the 6th bit, so the value will be stored in this particular uh, uh, bits in the DAC register. Okay, so that is what we are writing here, DACR. So this is the DAC register. In that we are giving the value 10-bit value. Okay, starting from 6th bit to 15th bit. Yeah. So in order to generate the square waveform, okay, as you know, in the binary we have two values, that is 0 and 1, right? 0 and 1. So this corresponds to 1, high, okay, and 0 corresponds to this, okay, signal. Okay, so what in the analog, as I told, we are using the 10-bit DAC converter. Okay, so the maximum value what we can have is 2 raised to 0, which is nothing but 1, 1 which corresponds to the low. Okay, and the highest value is 2 raised to 10, because we are using 10-bit resistor. So the 2 raised to 10 is nothing but 1023. Okay, since we are starting from the 0, we have value is 1023. So highest value what we have is 1023, and minimum value what we have is 1. Okay, so in order to represent 1, okay, in order to represent 1, we should have value 1023, and in order to represent 0, we need to have 1. Okay, so that's what we are starting from a right DAC. So here what we are giving the analog value from 0 to 1023. Okay, so right DAC, initially we will give 0. Okay, so you can see that this value we are giving. Okay, we are generating the corresponding analog signal 0, and then after some delay, okay, so that you can see that once you give 2 to the power of 0, so it will start putting the value in here. Okay, so this value, and later we are writing as 1023, so it will jump from low to high, and again it will remain for some time for delay, and again we are jumping to uh, uh, right tag 0 0, so it will come here. So this is how we are generating the DAC square wave. And similarly, in case of generating the triangular wave, here we are printing from, we are taking value from 0 to 1024, that is I is less than 1024. Okay, and we are writing this value in the DAC. So that's why you can see that there is no delay here. So you can see that the value is increasing, that is from 0 to 1023. Okay, so that's why this is how we can generate the triangular wave. Okay, this is what the code. Okay, uh, as I told initially, we are initializing the DAC. Okay, and next is we are writing the value into the digital to analog control register, and this is for delay. Okay, so first we are initializing, and then we are writing the value. First we will write 0, and then 1023 for square wave, and for generating a triangular waveform. So you can see that I'm running the for loop from 0 to 1023. So first I'm increasing. Okay, first I'm increasing, and then we are decreasing. So first we are increasing from 0 to 1023, and then we are decreasing. So that's why it is, that's why it is written in the while loop. Okay, so this is the program for digital analog converter. Thank you.
Hi students, now I will be explaining how digital to analog experiment in part B is executed. So after executing the program in the Keil and creating the hex code, we have to burn the code onto this particular microcontroller. All of you know this one. So we are using a USB cable to connect the personal computer and this particular board, and we transfer the hexadecimal code onto this particular microcontroller. Now we are done with building the hexadecimal code and transferring it onto the microcontroller chip. Now we have a separate port, this separate port which is used to connect the microcontroller and the output device. The output device here is the cathode ray oscilloscope, and I will be using this particular probe to connect the microcontroller and the cathode ray oscilloscope. So all of you know here, this is a cathode ray oscilloscope. This has got a various functionalities. Here in that functionalities we can set the frequency, we can increase the amplitude, and we can select the channels. Here we have 2 channels, so I am selecting here the second channel. Channel 2 is selected to see the output of this particular experiment, that is observing the square waveform or the triangular waveform as per the logic written. Then we also can increase the amplitude and decrease the amplitude. That means I can increase the frequency. That means how do I increase the frequency? I increase the frequency by increasing decreasing the time period. So this is what we can do here. Okay, now here I am selecting the port of this particular digital to analog converter. So what I should do here is, we have a ground pin. All of you know that there are 2 pins to select the port here, analog digital to analog converter, and this is connected to the positive. Okay, then once this is done, I will going to connect this to the channel 2 here. So when I connect it to the channel 2, all of you can see here a square wave is coming here. Okay, a square wave is coming. So this square wave is generated using the digital value 0 to 1024. So 0 to 1023. Okay, so totally 1024 values. So 0 is this value. Okay, then we go to, we will be staying the 0 value for some time, and we will go to the 1024 and we stay in 1024 and we come down to 0. So like this, we go to 0, we stay in 0 for some time, we go to 1024, we stay in 1024 for some time, and we come down. So like this we can generate the square wave for the experiment in the digital to analog converter. Okay, thank you. In this part B, we are generating the triangular wave. So in case of triangular waveform generation, as you know that in square waveform, see we go to 0 value and we stay in 0 value for some time, and we go to high value and we stay in high value. Like that we go to high value, low value, and we stay in for some time, and we generate the square wave. Okay, or even rectangular wave also. But in case of the triangular waveform, we will just go to 0 and we straight away go to the 1023 value, that is high value. 0 is 0 value, 1 is 1023. Then we immediately drop down to the 0 value. So this is what we are doing here. So all of you can see, just a minute. So here it is a 0 value and we go to high value, then we come to 0 value and we go to high value. So the logic we have written like this only, as I have explained in the theory critical part of this particular experiment. So like this, so we use the same ports. Okay, ports are not changed. So this is a common experiment, only waveform is getting changed and the logic is getting changed, and we are generating the triangular waveform like this. Even I can generate the sawtooth waveform, I can generate any sort of waveforms that you are interested. So for that we have to write the logic. So this is the triangular waveform generated, and you have to use the same channel. I am using the same channel 2, and now you can increase the see, I can increase the time period. Okay, when I increase the time period, the frequency is reduced. Okay, even I can increase the amplitudes. Here I can increase the amplitude of the signal. So but anyway, the definition of this particular problem is to generate the square waveform and triangular waveform using the digital to analog converter, and we are generating. Okay, so this is how you have to execute the program. In a similar way, you have to burn the program. You have to use the USB cable to burn the program. Okay, onto this particular microcontroller chip, and this microcontroller chip and this CRO is connected through this USB cable. Okay, USB cable, and we are generating the waveform. Okay, thank you.